Welcome back to Pitstain's Giant Mecha Hobby Headquarters. Okay. Yeah, well, there we go. That was interesting. Okay. So, we're going to start building this thing. Finally. I know, it's been a while since the unboxing. Go back and watch the unboxing. Follow the rules. Like and subscribe and comment with how many bottles of this Vallejo Mecha Color White Gray. I believe these are 17 milliliters. Okay, with how many of these it's going to take to paint the main color on this. Mind you, I'm doing a shadow and highlight coat underneath it. Don't worry about that paint. All the yellows and reds and blacks and whatever else I used, not included. Simply getting a nice coat on the entire main color. How many little bottles? And if you guess more than I actually have on hand, well, you might be right, and I might be ordering more of these, but they had to be flown in from the UK because nobody in the US has white gray mecha color in stock, and this is a good Gundam color right here. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good. So, how many of those little guys to paint this monstrous beast? That aside, let's just put you here. We have our armament set, obviously, the past video you saw. So, we're going to go for this style of loadout with the two giant missiles and the little mini missile pods. Okay, we're not going to use those little air-to-air missiles because this thing's set up for flying around in space. So, no air-to-air. But, please ignore the giant pile of other, mostly Gundam kits there. Yeah, I've got a lot of work backed up. A bit of a procrastinator, but yeah, we're gonna start. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I mean, re-unboxing. The parts are just so huge. It's just ridiculous how big these parts are. It's unbelievable. Abominable. Okay, here. Let's just put that down there. There we go. Another giant box. Here we are. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get torn into these instructions, and we're not gonna do like a live build or a marathon, because honestly, I would die. I would just die. This thing there's so much damn kit here. There's no way you could do this in one sitting unless you didn't have a job and you were smoking crack the entire time. So we have the manual, a couple metal rods here. I think those are landing gear or stand supports of some form. Again, we got the stickers, but you know we have the water slides. Go watch the unboxing. We have the water slides for this bad boy. So we're going to be doing a Roy Fokker color scheme because he's the man. Well, one of them. And oh my god. I'm intimidated. I am just intimidated. Oh. Man. Okay, this is going to be awesome when it's done, but I'm a little scared. Step one, we're going to build the pilot and the cockpit. That doesn't sound very fun. Why do we start with the boring stuff first? Oh, and then they want us to put the cockpit halves on the pilot. Screen, the whole front end. We're gonna have to paint this in many stages, but yeah, it'll be cool, that's for sure. Okay, well, we'll be back with some progress. It may be tomorrow. I'm just running out of steam looking at the manual. So yeah, there we go. We'll be back with giant Macross parts. BRB. Okay, well, I just thought I would show everybody what this monstrosity of a kit looks like out on the bed of a pickup truck. I mean, yeah, this is our new workbench. This is gonna be our part staging area for the workbench that's that way. We're gonna be working in very small sections at a time, and it's gonna take a long time. Because, okay, well, that fell off the runner already. This cockpit is pretty plain, Not a lot going on. I want it to look nice. I want to do it nice, you know, do it nice, make it nice. So the cockpit's gonna need some work. It's definitely gonna need some paint and whatnot. So that's gonna be a while. I'll show you some progress, but basically we're supposed to build the pilot and build the cockpit, put him in the cockpit. And then it wants us to put the halves of the fuselage on the cockpit. So what we'll do, instead of actually... here we go. Because you want to be able to paint this thing nice. Instead of actually gluing these things onto the cockpit, we'll just snap fit everything here, I think. And paint it, and then unsnap it, and then put the cockpit in, and then glue it together. I think that's probably the best option here to get a good paint job. But yeah, there we go. So, okay. Just wanted to give you a preview of the gigantic, monstrous-sized parts included in this Minimum Factory. What a funny name, Minimum Factory. I mean, it's from Max Factory, but then they call it Minimum Factory. Whatever. Yeah. So, yeah, there's your gigantic pile. We could melt this down and make at least one very decent golf cart wheel. But yeah, God, good luck to me. Wish me luck, guys. And be guessing on how many bottles of that paint on the unboxing video. Like, subscribe, comment with your guess. I'm going to be working from the, you know, oldest guess down. Whoever gets it right gets a real grade Gundam kit, courtesy of my giant backlog pile I have no hopes of ever finishing. See you guys in a little bit. Holy horseshit, Batman. Okay, guys. We're building the 1/20th scale Max Factory VF-1 Super Strike Fighter Valkyrie. I've been working all damn day, and I have the cockpit done. I didn't go crazy with detailing the cockpit. I did do a Roy Fokker paint scheme, so all the little red bits for the helmet, we had to prime them and spray them and all that, and we've got this guy. Okay. This is not a Bandai kit. This is not a Tamiya kit. This is not a Hasegawa kit. This is a Max Factory kit. And Max Factory, nothing quite fits all that perfect. I mean, we're useless. If you're used to a Tamiya, Hasegawa, Bandai, you know, you build Gundam, you build other Macross, you build model armor, TACOM, I believe, are excellent kits. There's some others. I don't know about Meng. I'll find out about Meng. I got a couple Meng things in the waiting. But yeah, this is, so we got the nose assembly put together. Lot of mold lines on this thing. A lot of sanding. These I painted. They were already black, but I painted them black. I'm painting the whole thing, so what the hell. The canopy, complete friggin' nightmare to get that together. The pilot figure went together pretty well. The cockpit went together pretty well. Oh, there goes the landing gear bay. I didn't glue it in yet. This right here, the seam line, I did everything I could to get it good. Super, here, this is your friend on this kit, is the quick setting extra thin. This stuff's too damn slow. Everything keeps moving around. Down here, I had to literally vice grip this thing in place because it was just off. It was just off, into just a millimeter or so, but it was just driving me friggin' batty. And once it's done drying, I gotta just sand that a little more. I mean, the detail on the panels is quite nice. This will definitely be a good candidate for some nice panel lining. Yeah, sorry, I forgot this guy. We got him on there. And then we get the nose of this. There we go. So, I mean, it's cool because it's huge. But there's just not a lot of content to this thing. It's fine. Now, and then there's some egregious things. So there's landing gear. you know, it's pretty nice. Again, some fairly obvious mold lines. I'm using the really good God hand nippers where proper. I'm using my sacrificial Tamiya nippers just to get them off the sprues, and then the God hands for the fine work. But yeah, see here, see the landing piston? Okay, it's nice. It was hollow on the other side. Frickin' hollow. Just giant gaping where you see the gray filler. That was all hollow. I mean, come on, guys. Really? So this is the first round of Tamiya putty. I got the gray putty in there. I'll go over it with a little white putty. This is going to take 24 hours to dry. But, I mean, it fits in. It fits in well enough. There we go. I mean, the landing gear is nice. You know, you get your little metal shaft in there for support. This thing's huge, so it needs the support. What else? What else do we have going on? I glued together some tires. You got some wheels, and you know you'll have the wheel and the, well, they're not glued together, but you get the hint. You know, we're gonna paint everything. So far, so bad. I mean, for $5 bajillion, I want the kit to be better. I would, ballsily say we deserve the kit to be better. The kit should be better. It should fit together like precision Swiss watch parts, just like we're used to, guys. Just like any good Tamiya, Bandai, Hasegawa, Takam. I'm not going to go through there's a bajillion good kit makers, but I'm just going through the heavy hitters in Japan. Hasegawa, whatever. I mean, as far as Macross goes, it's Bandai and Hasegawa, or Hasegawa and Bandai. Depends on your preference. There's a few others out there. You know, and if Tamiya bothered licensing Valkyries, you know they'd be great kits. I mean, they just would be. But, yeah, so far, I mean, it looks cool. So here's the deal, is I painted the cockpit. I got to paint the whole outside of this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off this entire canopy, because I already painted it. I gave it one shot of clear. I'm going to mask the whole damn thing off. I may omit this intermediary black part and just put that together like that to paint it. I then have to go by and, you know, fill in the black here. Afterwards, there's a, you know, some clear lenses. I have to do some clear colored paint too. I'm thinking, I don't know, according to the manual, it could be red, orange, probably red. But yeah, I mean, look, it's cool. It's badass. No matter how much I complain about the quality of the molding and manufacturing, it's a massive giant thing, and that's its only party trick. It's just big. Okay, are there lights? Nope. Are there sounds? Nope. Is there a gimmick? Yeah, the wings move manually. That's about it. You know, if you look at your hatchet, like the hatchet 124 scale, I think it's like 100. If they sold it in the U.S., it would be like anywhere from like $1,400 to $2,000 to build the hatchet. But it's got lights and some other doohickeys and doodads, you know. Hatchet is starting to sell stuff in the U.S. now under, what is it, Fan Zone or Fan Made? I think it's Fan Made. So far they have like an Iron Man, and they have a stupid, God, what a waste of a model kit, gone in 60 seconds, Dom's Charger that flies through space now, or whatever the hell it does. And they got some other stuff. They don't have any Macross, which you know they have. They don't have, you know, Space Battleship Yamato. They don't have Japanese Type 74 main battle tank, you know, 16 scale RC kit. Like, it looks cool, you know. You can get it in Japan. You could try to order them on Hobby Link Japan, issue by issue. But it's like you're spending $2,000-$3,000 to build a model. It's not worth that. So, that being said, for the scale that this is in, it's really the only game in town. And I'm going to love it. It's going to be a great conversation piece. It's going to sit there on a shelf with pride, and people are going to be like, what the hell is that thing? And I'll be like, oh, that's a Macross or Robotech if they don't know Macross. Valkyrie. They're like, wow, where'd you buy that? I said, well, I mean, it's a model kit. I had to build it. You know, we loved it. Come on, everyone. You love doing that. You know you do. If someone's like, oh, that's cool. What is that? Yeah, oh, it's a model I built. Oh, my God, you built that? Wow, you're amazing. So advanced modeling skills required, which means, oh, I'm in trouble. No, I'm a mediocre modeler, as the Facebook group suggests. But yeah, oh boy, we bit off a lot. But either way, we'll be back with some more stuff, I guess. We've got more steps to go. But Canopy, be careful. You know one's buying this damn thing. Give me a break. I'm not warning anyone. It's not fun. If you want it that bad and you're that desperate and you're that much a glutton for punishment, yeah, it's awesome. Okay, bye. Well, welcome back to the basement, everybody. We left off here. We got the cockpit done. Nothing's glued together yet because this thing's going to be a beast to paint. We got that there, and I'm set up perfectly before I started shooting. And we're starting to dry fit the fuselage. And these wingies are kind of, there's no resistance whatsoever, so they'll swing very easily. I was hoping, I tried tightening down on these screws a little bit, but it didn't really do much. Either way, you know, we got the upper here. We snap fit that. That fits great. We're gluing on these little doohickeys down here. These seem to, come on. Okay, other than you know, this part of the cockpit being a little not quite perfectly aligned, it took a little bit of extra glue and squeezing and sanding. It went together finally. So I'm going to be gluing this thing together, but only enough where I could still dismantle it for painting. This thing needs to be painted in components. They're massive, just effing massive. Human hands. It's just the fuselage of the Valkyrie. It's massive. So I'm gonna assemble everything I feel comfortable assembling and gluing, and then I'm gonna blow it back apart, obviously, to paint everything. But yeah, I'm down here. I'm doing work. I'll be back. All right. So sub-assemblies is the key term for this build. So I find myself now. I'm gluing these things together. I'm gluing as much together as I can. I didn't put. We've got this little thruster bit that has to go in here with these little guys. 3 of those. Okay, so I didn't put those in because I'm going to paint that obviously separate. But I could get a lot of this built. And if you notice, there's a lot of those. A lot of those on there. There's some on the edge here. I've been sanding those down. They're in terms of Tamiya, Bandai, Hasegawa, this is egregious, these sins. These are egregious sins. Right here. There's no way in hell anyone could fill that in and sand. Well, somebody could fill it in and sand it, I'm sure. There's people way more skilled than me, but pretty bad. All this stuff, these are big, flexible pieces. So I've been doing most of my time here is spent just gluing, and I'm like using my cement like nobody's business. Gluing edges and aligning and holding. A lot of gluing, aligning, and holding. Really, if I had 3 words to describe building this kit, it would be, well, it would be a couple things. It would be not a Tamiya, not a Bandai, not a Hasegawa, or gluing, holding, gluing, aligning, holding. Those are their gluing, aligning, holding. It's like a never-ending thing. We've got the head. We're going to do Roy Fokker, so we've got this head. There's 2 other head options that you can glue in. And then, you know, you got the little, the little head cannons. See? Nice. Of course, there's a lot of a lot in model terms of wiggle room. So, you know, we're going to paint these separately and then glue them on, you know, post whatever assembly. Like these, water slides are not included for this part. You gotta use the sticker style stickers. I bought the water slide set and it has nothing for these. So honestly, I looked at the finished product. You're not gonna see these damn things at all. So I was worried because I didn't have Skull Squadron logos for these, but when they're flat down like that, you ain't gonna see nothing except a little tip of red and black. So I'm gonna paint these red and black with, you know, the white, yellow and black with the white leading edge to make it look like a sticker, but it'll be paint. So, some compromises are needed with this kit. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. But I can't be that annoyed. Look, I mean, we're building a humongous Super Valkyrie. This thing's insane. So either way, I'm going to get back to this. I put this is the reinforcing beam that goes in here. You can see that I hit the camera. I'm very sorry. And this is what the... come on, Ian, you remember the fast packs. Ah, yeah, it's Thursday already. The brain's gone. But either way, so this is what the fast packs hunch onto, and you don't really see any of it. So I'm not too worried about painting it separately. I'm going to mask it off when I paint the rest of this part. I'm going to mask it off, and they'll be fine, because they're going to go inside the fast packs. You're not going to see them. I'm not so concerned fixing things that you're not going to see. But look at that crap. I mean, this is right... Not... Oh, here. Here, too. Look at this. You see that? You see, because I sanded it a little bit. There's a little bit of schmutz in it. So I'm going to have to get some very fine Tamiya putty. I'll throw some Tamiya putty in there. And I'm going to fill these in. And then we'll sand them back. I can't believe we need to putty on such an expensive model. But you know, I can believe it's made in China. No offense, China. But you're not Japan when it comes to making models. You are no Tamiya, Bandai, Hasegawa... Aoshima, etc. That you are not. You make big, giant, awesome thing, yes. Thank you. You are a great country for making such a giant thing, but come on with your injection molding from the 70s. Bah! Alright, I'll be back. Rant over. So today, we're building a submarine. No. This is the gun, obviously, for the Valkyrie. So, I didn't expect this to be this bad. I mean, it's cool, look. It's ginormous. Yeah, it's awesome. But it's not. Look at that. Look at that from the injection molding process. If you rub your finger over it, they're lumpy. There's some high spots, and I believe there's some low spots. This thing is going to need more Bondo than a Discovery Channel car rescue. It's not... Look at that. Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, look at that. That's just natural. Look, they're injection molding gigantic things, and if Bandai was doing this, it'd probably be perfect, along with a few other companies. I highly doubt I'm going to run into this building the 500th scale space battleship Yamato. I don't think I'm going to run into this problem. I've been sanding some of them. I've been working on it. There's a little high spot, low spot combo there. Yeah, you can just make it out on the camera. It's going to need some work. Oh, and guess what else? Yeah. This is like a 60s molding problem from Long Island, New York. This should not be happening today, people. So we've got a void. All right, it's going to be mounted up under the belly of the plane, but I don't know. I'm going to fill that in with putty. I may have to putty quite a few. I'm going to sand the heck out of these areas that are looking all weird. But yeah, they're going to need some putty. So yeah, this is gonna. I thought this would be a quick, easy. It's literally 4 pieces. This thing, 4 pieces. That's it. The handle pin doohickey is what attaches into the bottom of the plane. And there you go. Oh, 5 pieces. There is a lens that goes here. Clear lenses are going in last, obviously. We're going to prime and paint, then fix, fill and sand and prime and paint. And then we'll do maybe some silver paint behind it, and then some clear red paint behind the lens, and then glue in that clear bit. I mean,
It's enormous. It's awesome. It's making me feel inadequate all of a sudden. This is big. Yeah, it's a little lumpier than... Okay, enough. But either way, we're really beating the hell out of the Tamiya sanding sponges. Yeah. All right. It's a long process, people. It's going to take a little while. But we'll be back. Parts, give me parts. Okay, we got more big parts here. So we have our giant space schlong cannon. All right. By the way, this thing's got more nubs than I have excess pounds of body fat. Okay, so we've got the underslung, you know, where the arms are all stowed away, and little roll-up doors. These are nice. These snap fit together beautifully. But then, look at that. Mold voids. See? The little void? No void. They're going to be tucked under the plane. You're not going to see it. Thank goodness. Okay, so then we got the voids. The 2 missile tips are going to go in after the fact. I tested. They do fit before I glued everything. So then these bad boys are on there. Imagine this is upside down. And then, oh, we're backwards. Sorry. I think we're backwards. Are we back? Yeah. Yeah, we go this way. And then that guy clanks into... Jeez Louise. Big. So this will all be underneath the plane, obviously. But yeah, it's, we got, you know, more giant parts. So luckily, you know, we have good spots to get a purchase. You know, put a clamp on here, because that's going to be hidden. You know, the bottom side of here, we'll put a clamp on here. We'll get these, you know, all painted individually. I went on another hunt for paint the other day, and I got some Mr. Hobby Aqueous gray greens. Oh, look at the focus. You guys love my new Sony ZV-100? Ah, it's so good. Got the gray green. We got the navy blue. I'm checking paint charts all over the place. We got burnt iron. I'm thinking this guy will look good in burnt iron. Oh, excuse me. We got neutral gray. Don't know exactly what I'm doing with that yet. We've got navy blue. We got a whole bunch of jars. Lots of jars. And then we got some more Vallejos. We got blue-gray and gray-green. So I don't know, for these, you know, fast packs and these pods, am I going to use the gray-green mecha color? Or am I going to use the gray-green Mr. Hobby? I don't know. Again, you don't have to guess how many jars and cans of this. The only guess we have for the free real grade Gundam is for the white gray main body color, which is going to be white gray Vallejo mecha color. I think that's going to be a perfect tinge of not quite white, but not gray. It's a white gray, or is it a gray white? Who knows? It's up to them. It's all semantics at this point. I think we have enough footage and enough progress here and enough giant, huge, enormous parts to make this the end of episode 1 of the ginormous Valkyrie build. I gotta reposition the camera. I'm used to building things... Well, I'm used to building big things also, 16th scale Tamiya tanks, but this thing's just freaking massive. Okay, so I'm gonna have to reposition the camera for the next episode. Yes, I know. I need the taller Yeti. This is ghetto. I know. I'll order one. I spend all my money on model kits and all this damn paint, and I can't even just buy the paint. I have plenty of Tamiya thinner. Apparently, no. You have to have the Mr. Hobby thinner, or else the Tamiya thinner would turn the Mr. Hobby paint into mucilage, or decoupage, or cream of farina. I don't know. It's supposed to. It's bad. They just said don't do it. So now I have like, also because I got Vallejo, I had to get their thinners and flow improvers. I have more brands of damn thinner than I have brands of beer in the house. That's a problem. Okay, so either way. Oh, all right. Nose section done, cockpit done. Obviously, we got to do a lot of masking before we paint over here. We've got its cannon assembled mostly. It still needs a little prep. I got some more. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, right here. I got some Tamiya putty setting. This stuff takes. I just leave it. I'm just gonna leave it for a couple days. I mean, at least. But either way, that's filling with those godforsaken divots. They gotta get better. Well, no, they don't. They don't have to do anything. We're gonna buy it anyway, whenever we can get it. Whenever we can afford it. Whenever. Don't tell the wife. But that's what. Yeah. So okay. Again, take guesses. This is episode 1. Go back to the unboxing and guess how many bottles of this Mecha White. This white gray Mecha paint we will need. Okay, and these are 17 milliliter. Guess how many we're going to use. We're going to obviously thin them out a bit. As per whatever Vallejo says to do. I've never sprayed this stuff before in my life. So I'll do some test shots with some other color so I don't mess it up. Guess how many bottles we're going to use to do this whole giant monster plane. And you get a free real grade Gundam model. And hell, if I'm feeling generous, I may upgrade in the future. I may throw in an extra high grade. Either way, whoever guesses closest, without going over, under, whatever. Whoever guesses closest, period. Okay? Even if somebody said 5.5 bottles and somebody just said 5 and somebody said 6 and I actually used 5.5, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You win. All right. Well, that's it for this. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.